by far, this is the best reunion. And there was surprisingly a lot of dialogue. Okay. But I'm gonna go ahead and get into it. All right. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is this whole performance that Jocelyn did in the beginning. That Jocelyn did in the beginning of the episode, right? I'm telling you, her song. I didn't know where she was going at with that song. Like, don't get me wrong, the beat was nice. Jocelyn's whole look was on point. I loved her look, but I didn't know where she was going. Where, like, what was the emotion that she was trying to translate to people with this song? Because she started off, I whip your ass. How could you like threaten somebody? Like, she was literally threatening to whoop somebody ass and making it sound sexual at the same time. I was confused. Listen, Jocelyn really need a ghostwriter, okay? I could tell she write her own shit because her music is just as bipolar as her ass, okay? So obviously she's writing her own shit. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, a song should be like a story, So Jocelyn's story is like a fucking roller coaster. That bitch go up, down, and everywhere. Like, if you really look at the fucking lyrics or listen to the lyrics, they don't make sense at all. At fucking all. But that's neither here nor there. All right, so as far as the drama's concerned, let's talk about Holiday and Precious first. Now, I told you guys all season long that things will come to a head with these two girls. I told you, when you got a lesbian relationship and one or more of the lesbians like dick, then it's not going to work out, okay? Now, they were two bona fide fucking anti-dick motherfuckers, and that might have possibly worked. But if you got one of them that's bisexual or trisexual or whatever have you, then the likeliness of that relationship being a smooth ride is very small. Okay, so with that being said, Holiday, I guess she feels some type of way about Precious because now that the show has aired, she's looking back at things and realizing how stupid she looked. Okay, she broke out into tears. She basically chased Precious around the whole season. You know what I'm saying? And got in her feelings about a lot of things when it came to Precious. So for me, I believe that it's embarrassment to why she want to address and why she has this issue with Precious. But not just that. Precious went on her confessionals and made it seem like, Holiday was just sweating her. But if you ask me, Precious has a lot of masculine energy, and with that being said, she, like most men, they'll tell you one thing in the bed, but then, in public, they want to act a whole nother kind of way. I don't fuck with people like that. You know what I'm saying? If it was me, I wouldn't even fuck with her if her character was like that. Like, listen, if you fuck with me, you fuck with me. But don't be sitting up here trying to get your rocks off because I'm the most familiar thing to you, and then whispering sweet things in my ear at night, but then in front of everybody and on camera, you want to make it seem like I'm sweating you. If you ask me, it went both ways. But I just think that Holiday was more sensitive about the whole situation than Precious. Either way, both of these girls have some kind of issue with each other. And I'm not quite sure if the issue is solely just about the relationship. It could be because Holiday didn't make it to the cabaret. But then again, she didn't come off as bitter or salty about not being picked as one of Jocelyn's girls. It seemed like her sole issue was this whole how, Precious flexed on her. But yeah, let's keep going. Okay, so there's a scene with Raven, Diamond, Lucky, and Daisy. Okay, so they're all having having a little conversation or whatever. Y'all know how Zeus do. Conversation before we get to the reunion, right? So they having a conversation. Diamond is pregnant, big pregnant at that. So she had to have been pregnant in the beginning of the season when her and Raven ended up getting kicked off, okay? So anywho, they sitting up here together like Jocelyn support group. Like they sitting up here like a surviving Jocelyn support group type situation. All of them sitting up here talking about whatever issue that they had with Jocelyn or whatever, whoop de woo. And so now the only people that I felt like that I felt sorry, I felt a little bad for was Raven, okay? Out of this group of girls. Now, Raven, I felt like, well, Raven and Diamond, I feel like Jocelyn kind of went hard on them in the beginning of the season when these girls were on the show. She went hard on them. And I felt bad for them, actually, especially when she grabbed Raven by her neck and slung her ass to the ground. I felt bad. Like, I felt like, you know, that was just too much. You know, these is grown people. These is not no fucking children for Jocelyn to be slinging around. So I did feel bad for them. But ultimately, if you think about it, both of these girls spent time bullying other people on behalf of Jocelyn. So if you ask me, what goes around comes around. Now there's Daisy. Daisy, I don't think Jocelyn too much cared for her this season. She didn't pick her, of course, didn't pick her to be one of her cabaret girls. And I think that's because she knew that Daisy had an alliance with Lucky, okay? Anybody who fuck with my ops, I'm not fucking with you. That's pretty much how I feel like Jocelyn feels when it comes to Daisy. Now, Lucky, on the other hand, I think she's got everything that she deserves. Because first of all, Lucky has no loyalty, right? She claims that Big Lex was her friend, but yet you still come on the show to support Jocelyn. You go over there to be a supporting cast member for Big Lex's show. I don't understand. And then Lucky claims that she had a reason she had this real good reason for sitting up there tolerating the bullshit that she was tolerating from Jocelyn. But if you ask me, I'm confused because, like, what the fuck is the reason? Ultimately, only thing she would have gotten is, she could have possibly gotten some more exposure. 3 seasons of Jocelyn's Cabaret, so you ain't got enough exposure yet. Or, she could have ended up being one of the tour girls, but ultimately that would have been like supporting Jocelyn. So if she really didn't care for Jocelyn, why even come on her show? See, Lucky has no concept of what loyalty really means, which is why she caught the type of hell she caught from Jocelyn, because Jocelyn seen it from the jump, okay? She said the way that Jocelyn was treating her, she had all of us feeling bad for her ass up until that whole situation went down with Big Lex. Because I feel like the best thing for Lucky to do would have stayed her ass out of that whole situation. But she wanted to pick a side. And so once you picked your side, this is what you get. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So then you got this whole situation where Wet Wet feels some type of way with Holiday. Okay? So Wet Wet claims that Holiday was like putting down on her, somewhat like what T Love was doing, talking about her looks and this, that, and the third. So Wet Wet comes for Holiday and says, "Oh well, where's your credit score? Where's the receipts? This, that, and what's your credit score? Where's the receipts? This, that, and the third." And then saying how you talk about me, but you had 5 BBLs and shit like that. And then it went from like Lucky attack. I mean, not Lucky. It went from Wet Wet attacking Holiday to Spin attacking Holiday. Now, this whole fight situation between Holiday and Spin was crazy. Like, this shit was crazy. It was intense, okay? It was very much intense. Okay, so, like I said before, Wet Wet went to calling Holiday out for the things that she felt about Holiday or Whoop the Whoop. And me personally, I was just like, Wet Wet, shut the fuck up. Because it seemed like Wet Wet was instigating this whole little situation between Holiday, or not instigating, but boosting Spin's head up, okay? So anyway, she is still like on some humble shit. And if you ask me, like, I just feel like that's the Sagittarius in Holiday. Holiday got to be a fucking Sagittarius because that's how he is. You know what I'm saying? We'll try to avoid the bullshit before we get there. But once we get there, it's over. It's fucking over. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, Spin goes off on Holiday about Holiday supposedly saying something about her or whatever. Holiday was like, well, we had a conversation about this. You know what I'm saying? We talked about this on the show. Which, again, why wasn't this aired? Like, why didn't we get to see that? I didn't see no conversation between Holiday and Spin about something that Holiday said to affect Spin. I didn't see none of that. So I'm confused. But anyway, Spin gets real upset. You know, apparently Spin had an issue with Holiday for something in the house, so she didn't address it on the show. She started doing posts and shit like that on social media or whatever. So Holiday was like, well, you know, if I said something to offend you, I don't have no problem apologizing. You know what I'm saying? So she's trying to like avoid the bullshit. But Spin ain't hearing none of that. So Spin's like, I said it was on site when I see you. And so she go to taking off her shoes. When she take off her shoes, Holiday just bomb rush her and like grab the bitch by the top of her. She put her arm around Spin's neck and kind of like dragged that bitch. I was just like, God damn, it was just like that bitch got hit by a bulldozer. Like it was like, boom. And I see in the comments that some people is mad at calling Holiday soft for bone rushing. Listen, bitch, if I just sat here to try to call peace with you and you still want to fucking fight and now you kicking off your shoes, I don't give a fuck. It ain't no rules to fighting. Bitch, I'm going to attack your ass because that's what the fuck you trying to do. You trying to run up on me.
I will split your motherfucking wig, all right?
You were in a school.
No, I ain't on a clock. I will split your motherfucking wig and get that on your motherfucking ass. I'm tired of y'all motherfuckers trying to play me like I ain't motherfucking. Y'all one ghetto bitch, I'll give you motherfucking.
And mind you, Spin was sitting up there getting her hair done. You know what I'm saying? She didn't even have to take it there, but she did. She did. Homegirl was big mad, like jumping all over the place. It was very intense to watch. This bitch was doing her hardest, trying her hardest to get at Holiday. Holiday was like, you know what I'm saying? This whole situation hurt my feelings. I didn't even want to fight. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even want to fight. And honestly, I feel bad for Holiday because, like, I get it, girl. Like, you don't want to fight this bitch that's, like, not even half your size. She's, like, a third of your size. You know what I'm saying? So Holiday didn't want to come off as a bully trying to fight her. She was trying to cop deuces. That's the crazy part about it. Okay, so Joseline comes in. And, you know, she's like, what's going on? Whoop de whoop. The girls, you know, Spin is going off. She's, you know, telling the cabaret girls, you know, just going off, right? And so the girls, everybody's looking at her like, you know, and I feel to a certain extent, the emotion, the anger was real, okay? The anger itself was real, but the beef that she had with Holiday was fake, okay? It was real fucking fake. So let's just be real, okay? Let's just be real and honest right now. Spin did not stand out on the show at all, okay? She barely stood out and she simply just didn't catch Joseline's attention. So she wasn't picked to be one of the cabaret girls initially, okay? So I just feel like Spin knows that she didn't create a moment for herself on the show and it pissed her off, right? She didn't come on the show and do her big one. So I just feel like she created this fake beef with Holiday to make a moment for herself, okay? To get Joseline's attention. Because for those of you who don't know, Joseline just announced it today that Spin is her new cabaret tour girl. So obviously showing her ass at this reunion paid off for her, okay? I'll just say that. But Holiday said that they were in a car together for a whole hour on the way to the set. She said that she felt like they had already squashed whatever animosity. They didn't have any problems while they were on the way to the car. So tell me why, when they get on camera in the dressing room, now her and Wet Wet want to attack Holiday and about some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That they had already discussed. Like, where's all of this fake anger coming from? Right? And so then she goes on and on about how, you know, Holiday has a face and a body or whatever, and she's supposed to uplift her or this, that, and the third. Listen, at the end of the day, the show is a competition. Nobody's obligated to uplift and do anything to help you. You know, nobody's obligated. Now, if Holiday would have chose to do that for you, then fine. Didn't find, you know, that just shows that she has a good heart. But at the end of the day, nobody's obligated to tell you to help you keep your head up. If your insecurities is that deep, then you need to surround yourself with people who does uplift you. But these girls are on that show. They are not there to be friends with you. You don't know these women like that. So the fact that she feels like these girls, she was supposed to have some type of guidance from these girls. Who the fuck coming on that show to look for guidance? You know? Who's coming on that show to be more? What was Spin expecting? So regardless to whether or not Holiday was being fake with her, at the end of the day, if y'all had talked about it off camera, it should have been left off camera because the drama wasn't aired on the show. If you didn't do all this shit on the show, you sat there the whole season and let her talk about you and make you feel some kind of way and you didn't address it, then bitch, you should have left that in the fucking past. Especially if y'all had already done talked about it. And then people want to say that Holiday is a pussy for running up on her. First of all, Holiday did not want to fight her. She goaded Holiday into a fight. Holiday didn't want to fight her. So if you ask me, regardless to how big Spin is, she was the bully in this situation. How you gonna make a motherfucker fight you that don't want to fight you? She came off as a fucking bully. That's bully behavior. It doesn't matter that Holiday is bigger than her. Okay? So anyway, Joseline let the girls go outside and they squared up. They got them about a good 10 seconds in. Spin flipped Holiday, but ultimately when Holiday got an opportunity to wham her ass, a couple of punches was enough to make Joseline call the fucking fight off. Because first of all, Spin tried, but she just simply couldn't do shit with Holiday. Okay? So girl, congratulations, kudos. Ultimately, this fake beef got her what she wanted. Okay, so let's move on to the stage. So the girls finally come out on the stage or whatever. I noticed that they got Just Hilarious as a co-host with Janisha John. Both women look very beautiful. And so the Cabaret girls come out first. Everybody looked good except for Yummy, Danny, and Andrea. First of all, I don't know what the fuck Yummy was wearing. She looked like fucking Tweety Bird. And then she had a whole, like that whole look was just correct. It was cringe, okay? She looked like she was going to a 70s fucking prom, but she was the ugly girl that nobody invited. That's exactly what she was given. And I'm sorry, I don't care what you do, what Yummy do, until she get a new makeup artist and a new wig, or somebody need to help this child because her style is crazy, okay? Andrea, she wasn't even dressed up at all. The bitch had a fucking bandana on her head. And Danny looked like she tried a little bit, but ultimately they wasn't dressed up either. All the other girls had these nice, very shiny, extravagant dresses on, okay? Everybody else looked good, okay? And so the girls come out. Andrea, so Just Hilarious asked Andrea why was she the only one not dressed up? Woo. So Andrea had to nerve to say make some little slick remark to Just Hilarious. So Jeff was like, ooh. Okay, well, bitch, you gonna be the first one up on my docket. Right? I think they made a good decision by bringing Just Hilarious on. For one, she's a comedian. She knows how to, and she's sassy enough to keep it, you know what I'm saying, to stick with the girls, okay? So she's not easily, she doesn't have thin skin, I'll say it like that. She has very thick skin, and she knows how to deal with, she can work well under pressure, I'll put it like that. Especially if she worked with fucking the Bozos, DJ Envy and Charlamagne. Working with them two, bitch, you have to have thick skin. Okay, so, and then finally, they have Holiday, Spin, and Wet come out. So Spin and Holiday, they both were dressed up. Spin, if you ask me, if that bitch would have picked the fight with Holiday, she would have been fine. She would have came out looking damn good because her blonde wig was killing it. Wet is another one that come off that just get on my fucking nerves. Her and Yummy should have been fucking sisters or something. They both have this whole tacky get up. Okay, so Wet, this bitch come out. She have a jumpsuit on. Which a jumpsuit would have been nice if this bitch would have had her hair and makeup done. Okay, so she had a helmet on. And for the life of me, I don't understand because you sitting up here talking all this sleek, shady shit to Holiday, but yet you wearing a helmet. If you ask me, you're a pussy, just shut the fuck up, okay? If you that scared to get knocked across your head, then just please be quiet. Please stay out of shit. Like, Wet really instigated that whole fight with Spin and Holiday in the first place. She the one that fucking boosted up. She threw lighter fluid on the fucking fire. If she wouldn't have sat there and boost Spin head up, perhaps the situation wouldn't have took off the way it did. But obviously, she got some little underlying issues with Holiday her damn self. So I don't know. Both of these bitches just targeted Holiday today for some reason. So anyway, they get a little dialogue between Holiday and Spin. Both of them say they peace or whatever. Woo to woo. And again, I just feel like Spin has a lot of insecurity issues and she needs to deal with that. I don't understand why she feels that it's anybody's duty to uplift her. No, listen, you have to surround yourself with better people. Like Spin is an Instagram influencer. So, I can imagine being in the public eye, people will scrutinize you, people will tear you down. I understand that, I'm not a big influencer, but at the same time I am in a public space. So I get attacked a lot, But at the end of the day, that just comes with the territory. Everybody has insecurities about themselves, and it always be the pretty ones with the fucking problems. Because if you ask me, Spin is very beautiful, but she has a big ass mouth, so her mouth part is big, but she is a beautiful girl to me. And everybody has their insecurities, especially the beautiful girls. But with that being said, if having a body is the biggest is an insecurity for you, do what the rest of these bitches do. Go buy you an ass and a titty and the rest of the thing else. Okay, go get a BBL, CDL, and all of that other shit. Go do what you need to do to fix yourself if that's your problem. But don't sit up here and try to take that shit out, misdirect that anger on other people. I'm sorry, I could sympathize with you having issues, but at the same time, bitch, don't take that shit out on me. Simple. Holiday didn't want no smoke with her. And it's crazy because Wet was throwing shots. Holiday just didn't want no smoke, period. Because if you ask me, I would have reached over and punched Wet right on top of that fucking helmet. Bitch, boom, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Just shut up. Okay? I would have thumped the ass. But Holiday just didn't want any problems, okay? So yeah, I'm glad that they was able to get a little bit of dialogue, because then they bring out Joseline. Of course, the first thing Joseline notices is that fucking big ass helmet on top of Wit's head. So Raven and Diamond comes out on the stage. Woo to woo. Raven look like she looks cute. She got a nice little 2-piece on, and she's showing off her little pregnant belly or whatever. She looks nice. Raven, on the other hand, is dressed in fight gear. You should still stand up for yourself, okay? Because ultimately, people will continue to try you until you learn to defend yourself and stand up for yourself. You supposed to nip shit like that in the bud. Motherfuckers know who to try, okay? I'm not gonna sit up there and let no other grown motherfucking woman step down on me and handle me like I'm a child. But then again, me and Raven and Diamond, we different individuals. We different people, okay? I wouldn't go on that show and allow myself to be treated like that. And I damn sure wouldn't have showed up at that reunion just to be escorted off the fucking stage like a 5-year-old. I wouldn't put myself in that position. So these two girls I can't even take serious. Not only that, once my friend was escorted or kicked out of a situation, I'm not gonna sit there and just sit there. Once again, Diamond is proving herself as a half-ass friend. She should have supported her friend and left the stage. So what, her and Joseline on good terms. Like, Joseline, okay, I have no problem with you, but at the same time, I'm gonna leave with my friend. You know what I'm saying? Or I would have just got up and fucking left. That's what she should have did. That would have been her best bet, to follow her friend out. But I get it. You know what I'm saying? Every time something happens with Raven, Diamond's never coming to her rescue. Them two fell out before, and I can guarantee you that is one of the reasons why they fell out. So that's neither here nor there. Things went left when what's her face came out. Daisy and Lucky. Daisy and Lucky comes out and everything just, gets sawed off. Andrea and Danny took off on them too. Woo to woo. My whole thing with Andrea and Danny, listen, they gonna be sidekicks. They wear the badge proudly. That's their life. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, if motherfuckers is willing to, I don't know why everybody seems to blame Joseline for people wanting to be her minions. If that's the position that they chose to play, then let them play. It is what it is. These grown women, they know what they're doing. Okay? And unless Joseline paid them to do it, I wouldn't be jumping up trying to fight nobody's fucking battles. But again, everybody's different. Lucky and Daisy, they come off like the revenge of the fucking nerves. Like, both of these girls out there and took major disrespect from Joseline, but I don't feel sorry for them. Both of these girls have proven to be disloyal and they display snake behavior. Me personally, I don't fuck with Infinity. Planning on jumping Joseline? That's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering if they were planning on jumping Joseline or were they already expecting to get into it with Andrea and Danny. I wonder how that went. But either way, we will see the fallout on next week's episode. I feel like so far it's going really good. Jess Hilarious is a great addition. She's actually getting some dialogue, but I don't know. It looks like she's going to kind of lose, control of things next episode. We will see. With that being said, guys, let me know in the comment section how you guys feel about the whole beef situation between Spin and Holiday. Also, do you feel okay, so with that being said, if you guys are new here, please hit the subscribe button. Don't be scared to hit the like button as well. Also, to my subscribers, please hit the notification bell so you guys know when my new videos will drop. With that being said, I love you guys. Deuces.